Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for mid-August. So this will be for the last few weeks of August going into the beginning of September. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that your August has been great so far. I mean, we've had a lot of beautiful weather in the UK. We did have a storm about 2 days ago. And I've said before that I've actually grown to really love storms, even though I was terrified of them as a kid. The sound of the thunder scared me, and I was always scared that the lightning was going to hit my house or me or someone in my house. But I've just grown to really love the sound of storms now. Like the one that we had a couple of days ago, it kind of woke me up, and it to me it almost sounded like music. I know that may sound a bit odd, but yeah, that's how it was for me. It was lovely. Anyway, we've got the books from the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. I did a meditation before your reading, as I have done for all of the readings, and the first thing that came in was a ping pong match. What drew my attention was just the back and forth. So you may be in a bit of a back and forth about something or with someone, and then a radio. There was something to do with a radio. The radio looked kind of old, to be honest, like from the 80s or something, but I don't know if the part of it being to do with the 80s is important. Either way, with the radio thing, so this could be listening to a radio at home, or it could be in your car, because I did get something about traveling as well, so somebody could be listening to the radio in a car. It could either be that you're going to be speaking on live radio. The word live came in as well. You could be speaking on live radio about something that matters to you, something that's really important to you, or you might know someone who's doing that and you're listening to them and supporting them possibly. Or it's that you're listening to the radio and you hear some kind of information that kind of either brings things to light, or or it kind of gives you pieces of the puzzle to put together. Right, so that was the meditation. That's what I took from that. So hopefully you get something from that. Let's get on with the reading. We're going to begin with a message from African Goddess Rising. And for some reason, I am losing my voice doing your reading, even though I've just had a long break. I've had my dinner and my voice is going. So I don't know if there's something. I mean, obviously I said that you may be speaking on live radio. Maybe it's to do with communication, usually throat stuff. If I haven't had throat issues already and it just suddenly comes up when I'm starting a reading, there's usually something to do with communication. But let's get into the reading. So let's get your message from the African Goddess Rising deck first of all. So what does Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Rising need to know? Wow, you've got a lot there. Right, oh wow. Storms. Okay, communication. I did say communication, but I did say that you could either be speaking passionately about something. I didn't use that word, but passionately about something that you that's important, or you could be hearing something that illuminates you. So that could be the truth. So Nande, Truth 34. One of my favorite cards in this deck, Oya Storms. And I don't know how I'm going to set these out now. I think we'll put them like that. And then we have Katesh, Sacred Lust. She's been making an appearance quite often, this week. So I guess that's where the passionately came from, is speaking about something passionately is the Sacred Lust, because it is a sexual card, but it's the things that you feel passionately about as well. So let's get your tarot cards out, and then I'll go in the book and I'll get the messages from the book for you. So what else do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, please, for the last few weeks of there it is again, communication and truth. Four of Swords. So it looks like there's a need to speak on something, because the Four of Swords, it can be a card where there's a lack of communication or broken communication. That's one of the meanings of it. Let's see what else you get. What else do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for the next... There's the Passion with the Lovers, and we have the Seven of Wands. Get one more for you. What are you feeling passionately about? Do you have like a project, a person? What is it? And then we have the Knight of, wow, that's extra passion there. That's like the dream, isn't it? Knight of Cups, and it's often to do with like following your heart, that kind of energy. So let's get the book and have a look at these cards first of all. So I think, how am I going to do this? I'm going to, yeah, one by one. So Nunde, goddess of truth. Nunde, the bold, outspoken wife of Benin Iwa deity Legba, was feeling neglected by her husband. Even with several wives, his head easily turned. So Nunde lived her truth, took her own lover, and became her own best friend. The guidance says, get real, what is your truth? Truth telling matters. Being able to hear the truth matters just as much. Tell the truth. Each person has their own version. Speak yours. Words have impact. Remember that we all have triggers. Think before you speak and listen with compassion. Knight of Cups can be compassion as well. Be gentle and stay calm in truth-telling conversations. Goddess declaration says, the truth is my friend. So what are you needing to hear or speak up about? Or, I mean, I did see the ping pong match. So is there going to be is it a back and forth? You know, I'm almost getting the image. Well, I am getting the image of, if anybody is going to be speaking on live radio, you know, and you have callers call in, and then there's like a back and forth between the caller and the speaker, host, whoever else is involved, you know, that kind of energy could be present. Let's look at Oya Storms. I'm really losing my voice in this reading. Bear with me. As I say, I've been doing readings all day. No problems. Had a break, had loads to drink, had food, and all of a sudden my throat's going. My voice is going. So, yeah. You might be doing a lot of talking at some point over the next few weeks. Right, so Goddess of Storms, wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times chaos. The winds of change are in motion. Into every life a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly, at other times change is swift. What would you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people and life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings. Honor your journey. Tell yourself the truth. There's that word again. And practice self-compassion. There's that word again. Compassion. And the goddess declaration says, I make shift happen. And as I often say, when I read it, I always get I make shit happen before I get I make shift happen. Same thing. And what I love about Oya is she's actually a water element. Even though she's got the sword of truth, it makes me think of the Queen of Swords energy. And she feels to me like a cross between the Queen of Swords and the Tower. Like if the Queen of Swords and the Tower had a baby, I don't know how that would work. But she's actually a water element. She's from the Temple of Warriors. So I just love this energy. I love the storm energy. And finally, we have Katesh, Sacred Lust. So what do we need to know about Katesh? I mean, the first message I'm getting, which I've probably already said it at this point anyway, is to speak up on what you're passionate about. Obviously, show compassion as well when you're listening to others. And obviously, there's the whole thing about self-compassion in terms of if you've been holding back on anything. Have enough compassion for yourself that you can be open and allow yourself to speak up and to speak your truth. But Katesh, goddess of sacred lust. So she's a fire element, no surprise there. Right, Katesh, the mistress of the gods, is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men, yes, two men, are the fertility god Min and Mantu, the god of war. Katesh's guidance is, you are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good, so allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sensuality will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. That is such an intense card, I swear. Anyway, and then it's with the next to the storm card as well. So let's see what comes out for the clarifiers for this. I hope you can see. My camera's moved. It's bear with me. Let me just see if I can adapt the camera slightly. I'll just pause for a second. Okay, I think that may have made a slight difference. So let's get clarifying on this. Let's start off with that Knight of Swords and Four of Swords first of all. What do we need to know about the Knight of Swords and Four of Swords, please? I think if you are speaking out on something, it could stir things up. Not in a shit stirring way, it's just, what's the word? Not inflammatory, because that's kind of more on the sort of being an asshole to provoke people kind of thing. I mean, like there's a what do you call it? A Sacred Destiny card, and what is it? Oh my god, there's a card and it has a specific thing where if you're someone that's speaking out and kind of being a bit of a rebel or doing something that's taboo or whatever, oh my god, what is it? You are it's not provoker. It's a word like provoker, but it's not in the sense of just annoying people. I can't think of the word right now, but it's to do with stirring things up. It's kind of provocative, but not in the negative way that you might think about it. But anyway, right. Knight of Swords, Four of Swords. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising? Right. So whatever it is that needs to be, if it is you speaking up on something, as I said, it's probably something that you're passionate about, and it's something that you feel, you may have a moral, where you feel like you've got a moral stance on it, where you feel this is the right thing to do, or just in general, like if it's something you feel passionately about, you're going to feel like it's the right thing for you anyway, hopefully, aren't you? Unless you're holding yourself back. But let's see what else comes out. We have the World. Is that the Fool? Yep, the World, the Fool. There's a sense of freedom with it. I mean, the World for me keeps coming up these days a lot of the time as freedom, and the Fool is definitely a sense of freedom, liberation, getting a little bit of rebellion in that Fool card as well. Anything else? Lust for life, I think, is coming up with this Fool and the World. Lust for life, and then obviously the sacred lust there as well. This is a really powerful, there's something very powerful about if you speak up. Very empowering about it. And then we have the Six of Swords, and it helps. I mean, as I said, that whole liberation thing is coming up. That came up in Virgo's reading as well, about liberation. But you've got three cards here to me that feel like freedom. The World, the Fool, the Six of Swords is a card of moving to calmer waters and moving on. So it's escape, isn't it? You're freeing yourself. But the power is in your hands with that Magician card. And you do whatever you say or do, there's something about it that you feel it will either be fair to you or you feel is fair in general. It could also be, there's the possibility of it being a bit of an activist kind of vibe as well, with the Justice card being there. Or, you know, like if you were speaking on human rights, or you're involved in a charity or a cause or something, and you say you were speaking about that on radio or wherever, to be honest, it could even be with a loudspeaker. It gives that kind of vibe as well. But as I say, there's that passion, some feeling very passionately about something. And even if it's not like a cause or a project or whatever, it can be in a conversation. It could be as simple as having a conversation with someone and needing to get your point across, and that comes across very passionately, and you feel like it's the right thing to do, and it frees you and it's empowering to you. So yeah, let's move on. But as I say, it looks like with the Four of Swords, you haven't said it yet. You're probably thinking about saying it, and there's a degree of restraint there. Or you just want to think before you open your mouth. You don't want to kind of go in guns blazing. You just want to take your time with it. Give it some thought, careful consideration. Right, so the Lovers. So we have the Ace of Cups again. It's something that you really, I just feel pure passion. And from the Ace of, so from the Lovers, obviously that can be to a sexual kind of card. But it just feels, the sexual side aside, it just feels like something that you, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain the feeling, to be honest. It's just an intense, I don't know. I guess for some, it would be a feeling of, oh, I really love this and I really care about this and I really value it. It just means a lot to you. It could, I mean, with the World card coming up, maybe it's something that means the world to you, whether it is a thing, a project, an ideal, a belief, a person. We've got the Five of Cups here. So again, there's that energy, that ping pong match thing, the back and forth possibly there with the Five of Wands, because it will be a challenge or conflict with whoever you speak to about it. And as I think I mentioned the word taboo as well, it might be something taboo. So you might face people challenging you on it, to be honest. You've got the Ace of Swords there again. It's the truth that needs to be spoken in terms of what you're passionate about. And belief, I said beliefs, didn't I? The Ace of Swords can be connected to beliefs as well. However, it's next to the Sun, so that can be, let me just feel it out a minute. So the Sun and the Ace of Swords can both be connected to clarity. So this can either be that you become clear on something if you're receiving information. It makes things clearer for you on what your beliefs are and what your stance is and what you want to stand up for as well, or fight for. That's coming to mind too. I'm getting the word argument. Someone could get into an argument with someone and it makes it very clear where they stand with that person or in that situation or with that group, if it's a group, because there's the Five of Wands there. So it could be something that becomes very clear for you, or in you expressing your truth, it makes it very clear where someone else stands with you. Or I almost get the vibe, for some, it might be almost like putting someone in their place. Okay, let's get one more for that. But overall, it's being or becoming clear on what you feel really passionately about, what matters to you. We've got the Four of Swords at the end. So again, okay, let me get a clarify. I was going to say that might be the kind of vibe where you want to think before you speak, or you're trying to think before you speak. Yeah, I think it's a vibe of trying to think before you speak, because you don't want to cause conflict. And then I said argument, didn't I? Five of Swords can be arguments. I think the Five of Wands can be, well, yeah, that can be arguments too, but so can the Five of Swords. And yeah, but I'd say that you don't want to, I'd say you wouldn't be aiming for an argument. You'd want it to be as, I don't know if peaceful is the right word I'm looking for. Amicable, that's it. You'd want it, however a discussion goes down, you'd want it to be as amicable as possible. But yeah, you do feel very passionately about it, so it might be unavoidable if things get a bit heated, to be honest, one way or another. Right, so let's get rid of these. Yeah, let's move these. And then let's look at that Seven of Wands. That can be standing up for something, can't it? And I'd say because of what we've seen so far, that's definitely one meaning we can take from it, is what you're willing to fight for. So Seven of Wands, please, for Capricorn. Right, Ten of Pentacles. Again, that thing about values. I know the Ten of Pentacles probably isn't typically, like a typical meaning would not be values, but that's the first thing that's coming to mind. And morals and values are coming up with the Ten of Pentacles for me in this reading. And as I say, that can be in your personal life, your professional life, just in whatever cause you're involved in. Yeah, this one first. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Five of Cups. not everybody's on board with you with this. Not, I mean, obviously, not everyone around us can be on board with anything we do, but that's coming up as quite significant here. But it's like your intent is very much focused on what it is that matters to you at this point in time. What you care about, what you feel for, what you love, you're passionate about. I feel like saying what you hold in high esteem as well. So I believe the 9 of up, okay. It's got to be up. I was wondering, is it meant to be up? We've got the 9 of Pentacles and the Hermit. And we are clarifying the year. Again, it's the energy of standing up for something and being willing to fight for something. The 9 of Pentacles and the Hermit, to me together, are cards of needing very much to be secure in yourself and your beliefs in this, especially in this situation. Because as I say, it looks like there's the potential for an argument, there's a potential for it to get heated, there's potential for conflict. So you're going to have to be really strong in your own sense of security in what you believe in, and following your path and ideals in this, because you need that strength to, is the right word face off? I don't know if face off is the right way to put it, but to sort of deal with any conflicts that comes from this or any opposition that comes from this. And as I said, as much as it seems like you want things to go as amicably as possible, you may end up hurting someone's feelings, not on purpose through, well, you could actually say something you regret, but even if you don't, even if you're not setting out to hurt anyone's feelings, it's just that sometimes we have to have conversations that that there's no way to avoid it. The only way to avoid hurting the person's feelings is by not speaking about it at all. And to be frank, when we do that, there's the potential for resentment to breed. If you're holding your tongue all the time and walking on eggshells, it breeds resentment because you're trying to hold it in, and then the frustration gets to you, and then you probably will definitely end up saying something that you regret to someone. Been there, done that multiple times in life, and it's like, I should have just spoken up in the first place, and then it wouldn't have gotten to that point. It wouldn't have been a tower. Right, so as I say, the main point there is standing up for what you want, fighting for what you want, what you believe in, what you value, your truth, your beliefs, what you have that sacred lust for. And it really is an interesting term, because when we think of lust, we kind of can think of it as being something that's completely out of control, which there is a certain degree of it being a little bit out of control, but with it being sacred, it matters, doesn't it? It's something that's important. It's not just random, I'm out of control behaving like an animal lust. This is something deep. This is deeper than just wanting to get a temporary itch scratched. Don't know why that came up, but yeah. Yeah, it's more than just scratching a temporary itch. It's like this, it means more than that. There's a deeper meaning or matter of importance to it. Right, so the Knight of Cups. The lust part just means it's intense, doesn't it? That you really got a thirst for it or a hunger for it. There's the Tower. Should have known that would come up. Had to come up with storms there, didn't it, really? Chariot. So these are clarifying the Knight of Cups, and I will probably get something for the Tower separately. Of course, I said storms reminds me of the Queen of Swords. If the Queen of Swords and the Tower somehow, I don't know how that would work, had a baby and they're there. So what else? The Empress, okay. I say this so many times, and next to the Queen of Swords, authenticity for me. I mean, obviously the Queen of Swords is about speaking your truth as well. It is speaking your truth and it's welcoming other truths as well. But next to the Empress, I mean, individually for me, they can connect to authenticity, and then together, yeah, really feels like authenticity. Whatever you are saying, doing, there's got to be a sense of authenticity with that. And as I say, with the Knight of Cups, it can be about compassion, self-compassion, going for your dreams. I mean, that would be, to me, the Chariot, 8 of Pentacles, that would be going for your dreams. But there's chaos. There's a bit of chaos here. There's a bit of rebellion here. Let's see how that fits into things. So you might be doing something I mean, I've already said you might say something that could cause an argument, so the Tower itself can be an argument, but you might be making a choice or doing something that could also seem or cause a bit of chaos as well, or something unexpected or shocking. Let's see what the Tower, what relevance the Tower has here. So we've got the Emperor, so that is about taking control first of all. So if there's a Tower here, you're in control in the situation. Three of Cups, what follows on from that? Ooh, okay, Three of Cups, two of Cups, right. I'll tell you the message in a second. Let me see what else comes up after that. The Devil and let me get one more. Oh, I'll need one more after that Hierophant. I think, okay, yeah, there's so many pentacles coming out. I know what that means. Yeah, okay, that one's less. Nine of Cups, King of, yeah. Right, so I will say the Knight of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, all the pentacles here to me with the Hierophant are about commitment, but it's committing to something, to whatever it is you feel that sacred lust for. It brings you joy, it brings you pleasure. That's what you're aiming for with the Nine of Cups. The Devil for me, you know, I've lost track of my thoughts, and I think it was fear that was coming up straight away. Is if it, no, it was risk. It was, well, there is a bit of fear there, but it's something that may feel risky. It may feel risky, but there's kind of a willingness to commit to it. The three of the, okay, so the Two of Cups, I'm going backwards now. The Two of Cups, it's connecting with whatever that sacred lust is for. It's that Two of Cups is where you share. It's sharing your cups. So like, how do I put it? I know I kind of put it like the Six of Pentacles energy, where it's giving and receiving, but it's like whatever you give to, whatever you put your energy to, just doing that alone, it feels rewarding, and whatever you get back from it feels rewarding as well. That's the Two of Cups for me, but feelings version. So whatever you have that feeling for, that you love, that you feel passionately about, you give to that, and the feeling that you get back from it is equal to the feeling that you put into it, if that makes sense. So obviously as a relationship, that would be where you feel the same way, you know, hopefully you treat each other the same way. It's like a balanced connection. Three of Cups is the support, where you choose to do something where it feels supportive, like it's cooperation, and you've got that here as well with the Three of Pentacles. So you're giving, everybody in the group is giving equally, they feel the same way, they're working harmoniously together. The message I was kind of getting is the thought of friends to lovers is here. So if this is anything to do with a relationship, somebody could be going from friends to lovers. Somehow there's a Tower in there. I'll leave that for you to understand how the Tower fits into that, because as I said, there's something a bit chaotic and rebellious about that Tower being there. I mean, the rebellion could be just that you're doing what you want for a change. If you're someone that considers the sensible options and always puts other people's feelings first and puts yourself last, that could be the Tower itself, is that for once you put yourself first and people don't like it, which I know there are some people in my life that has happened to, where yeah, they never seem to put themselves first. But yeah, the possibility of going from friends to lovers is here for someone, and it feels, I can understand how that would feel risky, but it looks like committing to that is worth it. With all the pentacles there. Well, to be frank though, if it was going from friends to lovers, and whether it's somebody's approaching you to become your lover after being friends, or vice versa, that in itself can be a Tower. If one of the people involved was clueless, that would be a bit of a shock, wouldn't it? If your friend suddenly comes and says, oh, you know, I've had feelings for you for years, blah, blah, blah. That would be a shock, to be frank, if you had no clue prior. Let's go to, we've got one more card, haven't we? Oh, actually that was the last one, right? So let's go to the future energy. So I'll get a card out for the future energy for you, and bear with me, one for the future energy. I'm just putting the cards back in, and one card of advice from the tarot, and then I'll get you a final card of guidance from the postcards from Spirit deck. Okay. Okay, so for the future energy, please. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising? And I don't know if I said it as well, but wherever the Ten of Pentacles is there. So I've already said that there's something about morals and values here, but there's also something that feels, it can be legacy energy, but there's something that you'd want to fight for, that where there's an element of long-term security about it, and long-term, I feel like saying like joy, satisfaction even. There's something about that in it as well. Right, potential future energy, Six of Wands. That's a good card to have as a future energy. So it can either mean that you're going to be successful, or it's about putting yourself out there to be seen in whatever you're doing, whether it is, as I say, activism, it's just a project in to do with personal relationships, whatever it is. Let's get you a card for the guidance. Nine of Swords. I knew it. In the beginning of, before I was doing your reading, I felt anxiety and I kind of dismissed it, just because I don't know why I dismissed it actually. Not sure why, but yeah, I did feel anxiety when I was prepping the cards, and I thought, oh, it's nothing. It's probably just because I've had dinner and my tummy's full. So, right. So yeah, that's watch the anxiety. Don't let the anxiety and any fears get in the way of what you're wanting to do. So let's get some, I've used the wrong deck again, haven't I? I meant to use this deck, the Gilded Tarot, to do it. Anyway, I think your passion within this has kind of got me fired up. So yeah, that's all I'm focused on. Right. Six of Wands. So you've got the Eight of Swords. I think there's an element of either needing to see the truth or reveal the truth with these two cards, which we've kind of already established, because that will lead to things turning out successfully. Lovers is back again. So seeing the truth about what you feel that sacred lust for, or revealing the truth about what the sacred lust is, or whoever you need to reveal it to. We have the Six of Cups, Ten of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah, for someone it could be to do with a relationship, a romantic relationship, revealing possibly how you feel. With the Six of Cups means there's history there. The Ten of Cups is kind of like the desire for I almost feel like saying happily ever after, although I might be being a bit dramatic there. Long-term happiness. And then the Page of Cups is like that vulnerability, that opening up. So it's interesting. We start off with the Eight of Swords, which is completely closed off, not speaking, not seeing, not doing anything. And then the Page of Cups is like that vulnerability, your heart's just laid out on the table, heart on your sleeve, should I say. Cards laid out on the table. So yeah, if it's a relationship, then yeah, it could be revealing feelings to someone, but overall it's that needing, as I say, to reveal or see the truth about whatever it is that you feel passionately about. This is something, it's not brand new. With that Six of Cups, there's history there for you, and there's something about it that is part of your long-term happiness. And as I say, I feel like, as I say, Six of Wands, it can be about being seen as well, and opening up with that Page of Cups, with the vulnerability. So let's look at, that was the future energy. So this is what you might be doing in the future, actually. You might be going from feeling restricted to really considering how important this is to you, and then opening it up. I was going to say opening up about it, but you might be opening up Pandora's box. When I said opening it up, it's like Pandora's box, isn't it? Opening the door comes to mind as well. But anyway, let's look at that Nine of Swords. So we have Two of Wands. Don't let the anxiety or fear or worry hold you back from choosing the path you want, or making the choice you want to make. Speaking up. Page of Swords is back. You may feel like you don't have enough information. Someone may feel like they don't have enough information to speak up, or yeah, that would be the fear there with the Three of Swords. You might feel like you don't either don't know enough or don't sound like you know enough. So, you know, if you were going to speak out on something, like say if you were going to go on a radio show, you might be feeling anxious and sort of feel like, oh man, I don't know enough about this subject to go and speak out about it and blah blah blah. But all you can do is do your best. You do your research, you get yourself together and do the best that you can. None of us can know everything, can we? So I feel like that temperance is a need to kind of bring peace of mind to the situation. Peace of mind, yeah, peace. Well, peace, but to kind of be grounded, feel grounded, and have peace of mind within it as well. Try not to focus on the anxiety or find ways to relieve the anxiety. That Eight of Cups. So obviously the Eight of Cups is often about going after the Ninth Cup. So whatever truth is involved here, there's something involved where you go towards the Ninth Cup again, whatever it is you feel passionately about, and that will bring you greater satisfaction and happiness. The Queen of Pentacles is that is something, again, it's something valuable, isn't it? Let me just get one more for that. Well, get one for the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so don't let the anxiety get in the way of you making a choice to speak up or take action towards whatever it is that you value. That's giving rebellion. That is the Eight of Cups with the Hierophant. It's giving a bit of rebellion, like breaking the rules kind of energy. Still getting a bit of worry here with that Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords. A bit of worry about rejection, if it's the right choice. How you'll be viewed potentially if you make the choice or say what you want to say. Worrying about if you'll be supported in terms of if others will support you, or if whatever you do or speak on, there'll be something about it that kind of boosts you up or supports you as well, if that makes sense. So yeah, overall advice is just to try not to let the anxiety interfere with anything. Let's get you a final card of guidance from the postcards from Spirit and wrap this up for you. So you have this card here. It says, "Dearest you, we are gathering our magic to help you celebrate your new beginning. You're stepping into a new version of your life, getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand wells up inside from a primal place?" That primal would be that sacred lust. "The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it is exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both push and push back when entering any kind of new relationship. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. What you can know is it's time to dive in and allow that new version of life to take shape through you on behalf of your partner in life, Spirit. You have made it to a new level of awakening and contributing, and we are so excited to see where this will take you next. We are so proud of you." So I could go into everything I've said and say where it fits in here, but I won't. I'll leave that for you to decide, because I can see where certain things match up. I'll leave that to you. I can see it. But other than that, I hope the reading was helpful to you. I hope that the rest of August is as fantastic as it can be for you. Thank you for watching the video, Capricorn. Take care.